back, everybody, to Unwrap this. This is episode 14. Got quite a bit of things to go through tonight. Still got lots of product I'm working through. Tonight I'm going to be breaking mostly some basketball product. Got a little bit of Mailday stuff, but I haven't really ordered much on eBay here lately, so got a few packages from eBay, but nothing massive. I don't have a whole lot coming just straight to the mail, but I still am working through a pretty big hit I found it about a week or two ago, a couple weeks ago now. But I figured I'd split it up into sport. I had enough to do about 4 breaks out of what I found. So last week I did football. This week I'm doing basketball. Next week I actually am going to have my first special guest with me doing a soccer break. Callum from Unwrap Sports is going to be here with me, and he's going to kind of guide me through because he's more knowledgeable about hockey than I am, or soccer than I am, rather. Sorry. And yeah, hopefully we can have a pretty good conversation about some of the going-ons with the soccer world right now. But as for today, like I said, we're going to do basketball. Oh yeah, and then the week after that I've got a bunch of hockey stuff. So I don't know a lot about hockey either, but I do know a little bit about cards because I've just been doing it so daggone long. So we're going to start in on this week, and I just got back from Harlan County. I had to go pick my kids up. So they're down there close to all the flooding and all that, but they didn't really get affected as much. I think some people had some water damage, some flooding damage, but nothing crazy like what's going on in parts of Letcher County, and especially Fleming Neon. It's really bad there. I was watching a video a friend posted earlier today, and it looked like a war zone, to be fair, and they got a lot of rebuilding and a lot of cleanup to do down there. So my heart and prayers are still with all those guys down there. Wish I could do more to help. Wish I could be down there and just help out any way that I needed to, that you needed me to. But as I said last time, if there's anybody out there watching this and you do need anything from me, be sure and let me know, and I will do anything I can to help you out. But that being said, we're going to move on into today's stuff. This is all we're breaking today. We got basketball, lots of basketball. This is a coin collection they do. Highland Mint does. I've done, I think, football or baseball. I think I did a baseball one before, but I do have one of them for basketball. Hopefully we hit a Donovan Mitchell out of there. Something rare. That'd be cool. Cheapo wild card Illuminations, but I still like Illuminations even though they're very, very cheap and not very good resale value. 2020-2021 Optic, last year's product. Don't know why it was on the shelf, but picked it up anyway. Then we got this year's Prism. This year's draft picks. It's this year, right? Yeah. Sorry. And then we got a little Donruss basketball to top it off. I think I may have opened one of these, but I haven't opened any of these yet. Not the blasters. I think I have opened the fat packs though. But I'm always happy to find basketball cards. They seem to go first off the shelves. At least in Kentucky they do anyway. Maybe it's different in other states, but this is a very big basketball state. People love them some basketball. I think we may have a college team or two that people watch pretty ritually. Alright, this one is from eBay, obviously. from COMC. This, I was actually surprised how quick this came in, because usually stuff from COMC it's a, what do you call it, consignment place, and usually stuff takes a lot longer to get in from them. So I was actually kind of surprised how quickly this came in, because it usually takes almost a month for them to figure out who bought what and then ship it out. They sent me lots of receipts to go along with it. So, if I can figure out how to open this thing. Alright. This one is Alex Beneles. Out of, what's that, 15? 7 out of 15. Former Louisville player, going to the big leagues. This is a rattlesnake, or a snakeskin rather. Beautiful. Red and black autograph. On sticker, of course, but I just love that card. That is a really, really awesome card. I forget what I paid for it. It wasn't nearly enough though, really. 20 bucks. Not a bad $20 purchase. PC the guy, of course. PC all Louisville players, so of course I'm gonna collect him too. And hope he does really well in the major leagues. Woo! They packed this one really tight. I was hoping I wouldn't almost cut the cardboard, but the actual package is way down in there, so I'm good. There we go. This one is a current player. Or soon to be current player, however you want to look at that. Brandon Huntley Hatfield. Little 24 out of 50. You can see that it's a little green foil. 24 out of 50 autograph. Brandon Huntley Hatfield. I think he played for Tennessee before, transferred over here. But that is all the Mailday I have, is those two cards. But those are some pretty decent cards to have from only two of them. Oh, what's good, Carlos? Good to see you, man. Yeah, this is my ugly mug. Been doing this show for about 14 weeks now. Just kind of going through some cards, just showing off, kind of giving an idea of what you can expect out of some of these boxes. As you can see, we got basketball today. Like I said before, there it all is. We're going to start with this Highland Mint just to see what is in here. I don't know what these sell for. I have not priced them. I don't know how many people are actually collecting them. I'm sure there are collectors out there. There's collectors for everything, so I'm sure there are people that do collect them. Like I said, I just haven't priced them yet. You get 2 coins in the pack. The first one is Cade Cunningham, the Detroit Pistons, and it's in a out of 4,000. And then you get a Shaquille O'Neal for the LA Lakers out of 12,000. So this would be the more desirable variant, I guess, if they are. But yeah, this one is out of 12,000. This one is out of 4,000. Cade Cunningham and Shaquille O'Neal. But there's other like commemorative coins. They have little gold, silver, whatever that is, aluminum. nickel probably. Yeah, and there's a one pure. Yeah, they have them made out of pure silver too. So yeah, the gold plate, silver plate, and I don't know. That one doesn't say what that one is. I would assume nickel or something. They're pretty neat though. Who knows? Maybe I'll find somebody out there that collects them. The football ones are pretty cool. I don't remember who I hit out of them, but I thought they were neat. Alright, let's go with this last year product stuff. I didn't even realize until just before the show that it said 2020, 2021. I said, hey, wait a minute. That's not a new product. Then I realized it's not even actually a blaster, it's just a blaster of packs. 3-pack. Value pack, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. 3 packs, 4 cards per pack. What we got here? Got a Joe Ingles, Kelly Oubre Jr., Theo Maledon, rated rookie, and a Dwayne Wade Express line. Thought that was something else. I saw the corner of that card. I thought it was something else. Express lane. Ooh. Something shiny. Alf Horford, Rajon Rondo, Denny Avdija. I always struggle with his name. Then we got something sparkly back here. Got a Keldon Johnson for the Spurs. Very off-centered to the top. You can see. Should be centered way further down here. Not numbered. Pretty, but very off-center. It looks like it's off-centered this way too. It looks like it was probably on the corner of the page, and they just miscut the crap out of that thing. But dims to breaks. Got a Karl Anthony Towns, Domantas Sabonis, Jameis Ramsey, and a silver RJ Barrett. Right on, right on. Alright, let's see, where do we want to go next? Let's move these over here for the time being. Hope everybody's having a good start to their weekend. Happy Friday. I'm going to get into these wild card elimination cards. The 32 cards in the box. Yeah, they are what they are. Just hadn't broken it yet. In basketball, I broke the football this past year, but I haven't done any of the basketball this year. So. They're not the most sought after brand by any means. Resale value on them is not very good right now, but they're pretty cool cards, some of them. Some of them will be pretty neat looking. We got 4 packs, say 8 cards per pack. But you can find them. You can usually find these pretty cheap on the shelves. Per card, but they are unlicensed, so they don't have team names or logos on them, and most of them are college players, or not college players, but rookies, I believe. So let's start out with Trey Murphy, Jabari Smith, Ayo Dosunmu, Isaiah Mosley, Jalen Wilson, Caleb Murphy, something backwards here, oh, two backwards, Kenny Chandler, Light Show. I said they're pretty cool looking cards. Just, ooh, and there's an auto, Eli Brooks. Okay. These guaranteed autos. One autograph per box on average, so that's our on average. Eli Brooks. Of course I did not. You need top loaders in here with me. I have to do all that directly after the show. Got a Josh Christopher for an ocular variant, or not variant, but insert. Let's see, backwards. Marcus Bagley, Usman Garuba, Mike Miles Jr., sorry, Eli Brooks, Tyrese Martin, and Trey Murphy III. Dead aim insert. Now I don't know if there's a value difference, but I have noticed there's a different background color. I guess it's a variant, because I've seen like there's a purple, there's a blue, this one looks red. I think there was a pink that I found. But like I said, they're wild cards, so all of them are going to be like 10 cents no matter what you find them for. Starbright, Trace Jackson Davis, Marcus Bagley, Splintered. That's another one I've noticed a lot of variants with. There's a different Marcus Bagley. Lester Quinones, Cole Swider, Josh Giddey, Jalen Worley, Damian Collins, and Marcus Bagley. Last pack of these. Ayo Dosunmu, R.J. Cole, Jalen Wilson, Caleb Murphy, Jordan Hawkins, Jaden Shackelford, and I got a Walker Kessler and a Dayron Sharp Light Show. Looks like a green, not numbered or anything, but looks different. Pretty cool. Like I said, I like wild card the way they look. It's just their resale value and their quality control, because that corner is fruit. Yeah, that corner is really bad. Be super careful with the stick. Alright, let's move right along here. Just to get it out of the way. But I need to get it out of the way, but we'll break into this prism. Alright. Had a pretty interesting talk about grading services, and I'd actually been doing a little research on my own anyway about the different grading services that there are, and we had a pretty interesting conversation, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that later after I get through with all this stuff. discussing the pricing differences and the not really going to get into the resale aspect of it right now. Maybe another show. Let's go. Sadiq Bey. Cade Cunningham, rookie card. Luka Doncic, silver. There we go. Second year, but. And then we got a Larry Nance Jr. What is that? Ice, I guess. I don't. White ice? I've seen the red ice and the blue ice. Cracked ice. I guess maybe it's just a cracked ice prism. Really beautiful card though. Number 2. Kelly Olynyk. Tyler Hero. Reggie Bullock on the green. Numbered. And Jimmy Butler on the, we're going to call that cracked ice. I guess those are the one in every pack cards. Really cool looking though. Ice prisms, yeah. Blaster exclusive ice prisms. Find 3 of them, it says. So it says find 3 of them. Well, we found 2 so far. OG Anunoby. Sandro Mamukelashvili? Billy? Oh, that's as close as I'm going to get to that one. Oh! Wow. Look at that one. Eat your heart out, Michael. Hope you're seeing this, Michael Lawson. Tyler Hero on the purple. Not numbers, that is a really cool card. Purple Wave. And then a Franz Wagner behind it, Instant Impact. I really like that Tyler Hero card though. That's cool. Woo, I like that. Can't hate somebody forever because they played for the wrong school. Like this guy. Derrick Rose. Taurean Prince. Darius Beasley. And a USA Basketball Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Tatum. Two packs left. Got a Precious Achua, Desmond Bain, Franz Wagner, rookie card, and a Dominance, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Last pack. Go autograph. Joe Harris, Michael Porter Jr., Joe Wieskamp, and I like this next card too. D'Angelo Russell, local guy. Cool, it's got a nasty bend in it. Really nasty bend. I don't know if you can see how much it's raised up there in the middle. I'll put that in top loader. Hopefully it'll straighten it out. Moving right along. So let's go Donruss first. I want to knock this out before I get to that mega. I've got I've got a feeling and a hope there's something really good in that negative. Really need there to be. That'd be really great. Alright. So we got Devin Vassell, Russell Westbrook, Brandon Ingram, PJ Tucker, Desmond Bain, Peyton Pritchard, Jason Tatum, Kendrick Nunn, PJ Washington Jr., Jay Crowder, Trae Young, Terrence Mann, Tyler Hero, Kevin Love, Jordan Clarkson, RJ Hampton, Daniel Gafford, Eric Bledsoe, not Drew Bledsoe, Eric Bledsoe, little brother, CJ McCollum, Joe Ingles, De'Aaron Fox, Tim Hardaway Jr., Marcus Smart. We got Jonathan Kuminga, rated rookie. Cade Cunningham, rated rookie. Greg Brown III, rated rookie. Nehemias Queta, rated rookie as well. Uh-oh, there we go. Yeah, Mike, I think I found your packs. Devin Booker, green and yellow. Green and yellow, green and yellow. That is a cool looking card. Almost kind of matches the jersey. At least the bottom part does. Nice. There's a De'Aaron Fox franchise features. And a Keon Johnson Great Expectations card. That was not a bad pack. I'm pretty happy with that pack. Could have been a lot worse. Always a lot of Kentucky players in NBA basketball for some reason. Can't figure out why. No, they get a lot of really great players drafted into the NBA, so always end up, every box I open, I end up with a shit ton more NBA or UK cards than anything else. Alright, this one is 88 cards per box, so got a few in here. 8 cards per pack, 11 packs per box. Look for autographs. Doesn't say we're going to get any. Blaster exclusives, orange laser and purple laser parallels. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11. So we will soprano there for a second. Alright, got a Precious Achua, Bradley Beal, Fred Van Fleet, Marcus Smart, OG Anunoby, Nikola Vucevic, Day'Ron Sharp, and Trae Young franchise features. I like Donruss, always have liked Donruss, but when I was growing up, Donruss was a much cheaper brand, I guess you could say. I always ended up getting Donruss because I didn't have a lot of money growing up, so yeah, we always picked up the Donruss packs because you always got the most cards for your most bang for your buck. It was either that or Score, and Score's pretty much stayed the same, but Donruss really seemed to take off. Not so much their base cards, but the rated rookies can go for some really good money, especially some of the variants. Like they're pretty good for a low tier. They've done pretty well for themselves coming from a low tier branch. Jimmy Butler, Harrison Barnes, Zach Levine, Isaiah Stewart, Nikhil Alexander Walker, Patrick Williams, Markel Fultz, and Orange Laser Russell Westbrook. That's what it said, Orange Lasers, right? Yeah. Orange laser and purple lasers is what we're looking for. That ones aren't orange. Their lasers are a little different than the Prism lasers. But Russell Westbrook, nice looking card. Traded to the Lakers. Miles Turner, Rui Hachimura, Patty Mills, Darius Garland, Talon Horton Tucker, THT, Chris Levert, and there's a Ray rookie, Jalen Suggs, and then there's an orange laser, Cole Anthony. Got a few oranges. They're orange lasers. Alright. Thomas Bryant. Royce O'Neal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Rudy Gobert. Dorian Finney-Smith. Isaac Okoro. Bam Adebayo. And Franz Wagner. Great Expectations. Seth Curry, Eric Gordon, Dante DiVincenzo, Joe Harris, McCall Bridges, Julius Randle, Jason Preston. This looks like it could be a pretty cool card. Complete LeBron James. Not numbered or nothing. But you can never go wrong with a LeBron card. Very nice. Al Horford, the Ja Morant, Clint Capella, Maxi Kleber, good gosh. Let's start that again. Maxi Kleber, Drew Holiday, Kyle Kuzma, Colin Smith, and an orange laser, Brandon Ingram. Sorry about that, I got a little tongue tied on that last one. A little ahead of myself. Mouth is talking faster than my brain is working. Whew. Give me a second. Mouth's getting dry. Good now. Let's go. Alright. Thaddeus Young, Tyrese Maxey, Manuel Quickley, Montrezl Harrell, Terry Rozier. There's my little Cardinals popping up. Sadiq Bey, Moses Moody, and an orange Malcolm Brogdon. Got a couple little players after all. There we go. I don't get a lot of Terry Rogers. I should probably buy in for a few more hits. But for now, there's a James Harden, Derek White, Lonzo Ball, Malachi Flynn, LaMelo Ball, ball kind of break, Marvin Bagley III, Kevin Porter Jr., and a Franz Wagner rated rookie orange laser. That is a nice one. Ooh. I like that one. See him right up there. Three packs left. Kuma Akoki, Pascal Siakam, Kira Lewis Jr., Laurie McKinnon, Duncan Robinson, Kobe White, Davion Mitchell, rated rookie, and Jeremy Grant, franchise features. Insert. We're just gonna get all the Kentucky players, I guess. Carl Anthony Towns, Paul George, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jusuf Nurkic, Onyinka Nkongwu, Kelly Oubre Jr., Ivica Zubac, and PJ Tucker, the orange laser. Last pack of these, and we'll get into the mega. Move on with our lives. Alright, got Theo Maledon, Ben Simmons, Monte Morris, Luke Wins Dort, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Brandon Boston Jr., and Facundo Campazzo. Our last orange laser. So, that does it for those. Sorry about that, I had to resituate something. Last but not least, this is Prism draft picks for Orange Ice Prisms. Of course, no autos guaranteed, but they are encouraged. Mega Box exclusives. It says I should look for Orange Ice Prism autograph, but it doesn't say I can hit any. But it does encourage me to look for them. What do we got here? Five cards per pack, 60 total cards. So that would be 12. packs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Got one in the back because it felt a little thick. There are 12 packs there though. Get right into this. Got Sharif Cooper, rookie card, Damian Lillard, Trey Murphy, Paul Pierce, and Patrick Williams on the orange ice. Not bad. Do better. Oh. James Harden without the beard. Moses Moody, rookie. Matthew Hurt, rookie. Jamal Murray, and a Jerry West, Mr. NBA logo himself. Got Anthony Edwards started out. Chris Duarte, rookie. Zach LaVine, Draymond Green, and Jared Butler. There we go. Little rookie action there. Devin Booker, Greg Brown, Luka Garza, Trey Mann, and Jalen Suggs. Both rookies on that one. Jalen Suggs and Trey Mann. On the gold ice. Orange ice? Okay. Orange ice. Call it sherbet. Franz Wagner, Carl Anthony Towns, and this has a nasty production flaw in it. I don't know if you can see that or not. But there's a scratching. Can't get a good view on it. But yeah, it's scuffed all the way up right through here. Looks like somebody chewed on it. Day'Ron Sharp rookie card, and a Trae Young and a Kobe White. I'll give you a lot of these orange ice variants in there. There must be a huge production run of those. Probably means they're not worth a whole lot if there's a whole lot of them out there. Russell Westbrook. They are really cool looking though. I really do like the orange ice. James Bouknight, Day'Ron Sharp with the scratched bottom. Malcolm Brogdon and a Jalen Jackson Jr. Paul George, Andre Drummond, he's got a silver in here it looks like. Joshua Primo, Anthony Hardaway, and a Herbert Jones rookie silver. First silver, probably the only silver of the box. There's a Herbert Jones. There's the man. Donovan Mitchell. There's the other guy. David Johnson, rookie. RJ Barrett. Kyrie Irving. And an Ayo Dosunmu, rookie. And this one is... oh man, look at that cut. He almost cut him completely out of the picture. Jeez. That is a terrible, terrible cut. He's damn near coming off the card here. This is obviously supposed to be centered way further back, but that's terrible. That can't be right. I don't know. To be honest, though, if you look at where the symbols are, it's really not that much different from the Kyrie Irving. Maybe the card does just look like that, but it really looks like he's about to come off the card. That can't be cut right. Interesting. To look that up and see if all of them look like that. Huh. Corey Kispert, Jimmy Butler, Brandon Boston, Quentin Grimes, rookie, and a Jalen Green. Couple packs more. Ray Allen, Austin Reeves, Keon Johnson, Anthony Davis, and an Isaiah Jackson rookie. A little old UK, a little new UK. Got Klay Thompson, Mac McClung, JJ Redick, Joel Embiid, Josh Giddey. You say you wanted some more UK players? Why not? Rajon Rondo, Kevin Love, Davion Mitchell, Jonathan Kuminga, and to round it out, Zion Williamson. So that does it for new product. That's all I have. But I did want to briefly talk about was grading card services. Like I said, we had this discussion earlier, and it's a pretty good discussion, really. But we were discussing the different grading services there are, and you got your PSA, of course. Then there's SGC, BGS, HGA, GMA, FCS, any number of three-letter words that you can come up with. I wish I had examples of each one to show you today. I do not. I do have a few that I can show you what I do have. Just as an example of what they look like. This is a GMA 9. This is one of the cheaper brands. You'll see them around, but they're pretty reliable. They're pretty decent looking cards. Nothing to complain about on them, really, as far as the way they look. It's just that people don't collect GMA all that much. It's usually PSA. If they want something graded, it's 9 times out of 10 they want it PSA graded. PSA. This is what everybody pays all the money for, is these, not necessarily these two cards, but the grading itself. Just the basic, classic, white label, red border, PSA stamp in the middle, should be shiny. And these numbers, you can look them up on their website and verify that that card goes with that slab. Now, if you want subgrades, I don't know why I'm getting into this right now, but there's also subgrades you can get with them, and they will tell you exactly what's why they graded what they did on there. That's PSA. And the only other grading company that I have right now, I think I had some more, but I think I've gotten rid of them, is HGA. Now, HGA I really like. Personally, just like it for collecting purposes, not so much for resale. They haven't quite caught on in the market for resale yet, but you can. The thing I really like about HGA is you can get the label to match your card, and I did the color match with this, but you can actually get a custom match label on there, and they look really, really awesome. You pay a little upcharge for it, but the custom match labels on those look phenomenal. They look really, really good. And something else that I like about HGA too is they do PC slabs. You can get these for 15 bucks. You got a card that you really like, you want it slabbed up, but you don't really, for whatever reason, don't want to grade it. This one in particular is a 1 of 1. That's the only card like that. It's a 1 of 1. Some people may tell you differently, but in my opinion, you should never grade a 1 of 1 unless you know for a fact that thing's going to come back a PSA 10, and I definitely would go to PSA in that instance. Unless you know it's coming back at 10, there is no point in grading that thing. I mean, the only thing that's it's not even really gonna up the value. I mean, if it will up the value if it's a PSA. If it's a PSA 10, it will up the value. I'll say that. A raw 1 of 1 is not worth as much as a graded 1 of 1 PSA 10. But if it's not a PSA 10, if it's a PSA 9 or anything lower than that, you're only going to diminish the value. I would sell that thing raw. You would make a lot more money. And I wouldn't even say raw. I would get it slabbed. Like I said, with these PC collection slabs, you get the card protected. It looks good, and it'll resell it really well. Just because it's a 1 of 1, because it's a 1 of a kind. But those are the only examples I have of graded cards at this point. I had a couple more PSA cards, but I didn't see the point in putting a dozen different PSA cards up there to show you. But let's start with the low end. Forensic card grading consistency. Hold on a second. Craziness. Alright, there we go. Alright, Forensic Card Grading Service, FCG. That is about the cheapest route you can go. They have one level of service that's $14 per card. Really cheap. If you have some cards that you just desperately want to get graded, but you don't want to spend a lot of money on them, you can go this route. But you're not going to make a whole lot of money on them, because anybody that gets any of these cards and they really want to keep it slabbed, chances are they're probably going to crack it open and resend it if it looks good enough. But if you just want a cheap grading company to slab your card up and make it look, I mean, they don't look bad. I don't have one of my own yet, but you can see they're not bad looking cards. A lot of information in a short amount of space, but I'll probably put those individual grades on the back or something, because it's very crowded looking, but you know, it looks fine. The next step above that, now you're probably talking along the lines of GMA, I guess would be the next up from there. So with them, you're looking at $20 for you to get it back in 15 days. If you want it back any sooner than that, you're shit out of luck, because it looks like that's about as quick as they get them back to you. I haven't found anything saying that they ship anything any faster. And that's the Gold Express service, and that's 5 cards minimum. Like, is for any of these, you have to understand that these prices are not necessarily in stone. If you have, there's different bulk methods you can do with all these companies. There's different groups that you can join and send many hundreds of cards in at a time and get better rates. Just about all these I've seen different kind of clubs and stuff for that you can join up and really get a cheaper rate than what anything I'm showing you here. I'm just showing you if you were to enter in one card. If you were going to send in one card, then this is the prices I'm talking about right now. But there's GMA again. They're a cheaper one, $20 per card. Not bad. Okay, $10. Okay, here we go. But the 15-day looks like the fastest you're going to get it back. The cheapest route would be the $10 per card, and you get it back in 45 days, a little over a month or so. So a month and a half, you get your card back for $10. It's not bad. GMA is this one that I showed you. Like I said, it's not real sought after. Nobody's going to be looking for GMA 10 or anything like that, unless they just want to complete some sort of set. But as far as the tiers go, that's probably your next cheapest bet, even though I believe FGC may have been a little bit more expensive on it. $14 per card regardless on that one. Then GMA is $10 minimum, and then it goes up. Okay, so then after that you probably got HGA. As far as resale value, they've got a different kind of model. Not really, but it's, as you can see, the bulk subscriptions change a little bit on this one. They make a different category for bulk submissions on these. But like I said, we're going to look at it as though we're just sending in one card alone. So you're talking, the cheapest you're going to go is $25 per card. And it takes you 60 days to get that thing back. That's the cheapest route. And then it goes $40 for a 30-day, $55 for a 10-day, and Express $80 for a 2-day. That is actually a pretty good value for fast service, in my opinion. Looking at some of the other return times on some of these companies, a lot of them don't even have under 5-day subscriptions. So 2-day business for $80, that's pretty good. Of course, you have add-ons with HGA. As I said before, you can do the custom labels and all that. So it can get a little pricier if you do some of this stuff, but that's what I said. They're usually for my personal collection, so I don't usually worry too much about overhead or anything like that if I'm just gonna make it look pretty. But custom labels are $10. If If you want a horizontal label, which I wish they would have offered when I got this one. They started offering it after I'd already got this one. But they have a horizontal label, so you can put it up here if you've got a sideways card. I think that would look so much better on that. But they do offer that. I haven't seen that. I think maybe, I want to say I saw one on PSA, but I'm not sure. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, you can see some of the custom labels that they come up with. So this is really cool. You can get like I said, it'll match the card that you're casing in, and they're really awesome. And you got all these different splash and neutral labels. If you just want the team colors on there, you can do that. If you just want your favorite colors on there, you can do that. If you want rainbow or just black and white, like, they give you all kinds of options, so it's not just the basic same old. I really like HGA, and like I said before, I know their value doesn't really reflect how good they are. I think they've made some mistakes. All of their whole idea is to take out the human component, take out the human error. So all this stuff, all the scanning and all that stuff is done on computers. I think they do have somebody at the end of the line examining and checking them, but things do get through. I've seen them myself. Like, a few people have posted some terrible things that have gotten past them that they were just like, oh yeah, our computers missed it. But like I said, they're a young company, but so far I've really been most impressed with them. Okay, coming up from HGA, we're gonna go next to one that kind of throws me for a loop. You got CSG Cards. Not real familiar with them, but I have heard their name get kicked around a little. Now this is their price list. It looks like the cheapest you're gonna go is $25. If we're talking one card, you're gonna spend $25, and it's gonna take you 25 days to get that thing back. Now, the unlimited walkthrough, the quickest turnaround time is $150, and then but it also takes a 1% of your value, the value of your card. So if you try to send in a $10,000 card, it's going to charge you $100. I think I did my math right there, I hope. But then it goes everything in between there. There's a 25-day submission for $25. And I assume when you choose between the walkthrough or the unlimited walkthrough, that you are also paying for insurance on that package to come back too. Because I don't know why somebody would purposefully spend more on a card unless they just it doesn't really say. But CSG Cards is one that kind of throws me for a loop, because not only do you have these prices here, but you also have to pay a subscription, a membership subscription, and that membership subscription gives you different levels of priority. So I've looked into them a little bit, but I don't know enough about them to really make any kind of judgment on them. So I just kind of thought I'd throw them in the middle here. But they are a legitimate grading service, but still not really what people look for when they're looking for a graded card. They're looking, like I said, 9 times out of 10 they want it PSA. If they want it specifically graded, then they're going to want PSA if you're trying to sell this thing. Now, from there, we go with Old Faithful, Beckett. Beckett's been around forever. Everybody knows the name. Everybody trusts them. Do they resell as good as PSA? No. Does a BSG or BGS. Sorry, I keep saying BSG. Just got back from the Big Stone Gap and keep wanting to say BSG. But anyway, BGS has been around forever. Everybody knows them. Everybody trusts them. Do they resell as good as PSA? Absolutely not. They're not going to. I could say that a million times. Write it on a note and stick it to your forehead. Nothing's going to sell as good as a PSA. It's just not. Every once in a while, one may slip in there, but it's like, okay, SGC card may sell for more. SGC 10 may sell for more than a PS10. That can happen. In the long run, though, PSA is where you want it at. Now with BGS, they have a difference between the grades and the subgrades. So you're not, if you want the subgrades on there that tells you exactly what's right and wrong with the card, like on this HGA card, you can see it says corners 9.5, surface 8.5, edges 10, and centering 9.5. If you want that on these, you gotta pay up for it. So there's $25 for no subgrades, but then $35 to tell you exactly how they graded it. And that goes with every tier. There's a little upcharge on each one in different increments. And I don't think they gave a turnaround time on this page. I couldn't find a turnaround time for BG. Yeah, I couldn't find the turnaround times on there. Don't really know. I guess it just depends on how you ship. I guess economy, standard, express, and premium. You can probably kind of guess the timeline which you should get it. If it's economy, I would imagine that it's no more than 3 months. But like I said, it does not show on this page. But we're going to move on to the next biggest, which some would argue is the biggest, but those people are not me. CSG. Nope, wrong one. Yep, that was right. Alright, SGC. SGC is a very hard grading company. If you can get a perfect card and send it in to them, then you will have something close to, equal to, or slightly greater than valued than a PSA, if that makes any sense. It's going to be right in there with a PSA 10. The reason being is because they're so hard on their grading. If somebody can find an SGC 10, chances are they are going to be very happy about it. They're going to want to keep it. But a PSA 10, it goes by most, they don't depend as much on computers as SGC does. So there's a lot of human error in there. Even though they're the most popular and even though they're the greatest grading company of all time or whatever, they still make mistakes. Human error still lets things through from time to time. But SGC is really, really particular about getting things right. They're really hard. Everything that I've heard, they're the hardest on grading. So if you can get a SGC 10, congratulations. You really can't do too much better than that. And here, as you can see, kind of the list of their standard prices. Pretty straightforward. They do have a declared value chart here as well. Like I said, if you're paying more for a card that's worth more, I'm assuming that you probably already know about what that thing's worth. And if it's really worth that much, then you won't mind spending this extra couple $1,000s on a $100,000 card to make sure that it's properly insured and everything on the way back. You don't want that thing getting damaged and then only being able to claim a couple $100s. But for the most of us, we're going to be going these couple here, probably first two here, and you're looking at $125 for 1 to 2 day shipping, or $30 for anything under that $1,500 for 20 to 25 day shipping. That's really the only tiers that they have. They don't have a whole lot like some of the other companies, and definitely don't have as much as this next company that we're going to talk about, the one we all know and love so well, PSA. These guys are the definitive grading card service. If that's the one that everybody looks for. Some people won't even buy any other grading companies at all. SGC be damned. But PSA, while they are the most recognized and most authentic, I guess, of the grading companies, they are also the priciest, and they are also the furthest behind with everybody else as far as shipping them out, because they are so popular. They have been getting so many cards in for so long that they have really gotten behind on catching everybody up. I think they finally did get caught up quite a bit. They hired on like a whole another crew just to sort through cards. But like I said, with new people, you get more human error. So we'll see in the future how they're gonna correct some of these faults that they've had as of late. But for the most part, this is a sound company, and if you do have a problem with them, you can get a hold of their customer service, and they'll get you straightened out eventually. But getting anything through PSA just takes so very long. So you can see the cheapest value for one card. Like I said, you can get into groups. You can join with PSA and send in bulk submissions at one time and get cheaper rates. But we're just talking about for one card, you just send one card in to get graded. Your cheapest route is going to be $30 per card, and it must have a declared value of $500 or less. So you're not going to get a Tom Brady rookie card autograph sent to PSA and expect to only pay $30 for it. You're going to be paying up for it. You're going to be paying more than that for it. And from what I've seen, you actually do have to get this declared value at least somewhat close, or they will send it back and say, no, we're not dealing with you until you fix this or resolve this problem. But their estimated turnaround time for $30 a card is 90 to 120 days. Now, when you see these times on these websites, you have to remember that doesn't mean I send this card in today, and if it's a 30-day submission and you send it in today, don't think you're getting that card back in 30 days. First, it has to get to the plant. It has to get to wherever it's going. If it's going to PSA or GMA or HGA or any of them, it's got to get to where it's going first before they ever acknowledge that it's there. And a lot of these guys won't acknowledge in their computers that it's there until it's been sitting in a bag, in a box, on a desk for days, weeks, who knows how long, before they can get to it. PSA, like I said, they've been really backed up as of late. I think they've started to clear out some of the backlog, but it's still a pretty murky place. So you're talking 90 to 120 days at least to get this card back. And like I said, that's from the time that they get it in, they open it up, they enter it into their computers and mark it as being in their hands. I believe with HGA, it may have even started after the authentication process. I think they verified that it was there, and then they started the verification process, and then they started the saying, oh, okay, now it's going to be 30 days or whatever it was I did. I think it was a 30 day. I don't know, I'm cheap. I might have done the 60 day. But up from there, it's just more and more money. Economy $50 a card, regular $100 a card, Express $150, Super Express $300. Walkthrough is $600 a card. Turnaround time 3 days on that. So like $600 a card. It has to be, must have a declared value of $10,000, $9,999 or less. So that's like, you're talking almost a $10,000 card. I still don't know if I could bear to spend $600 just to get a grading on the card, but that's $600 a card. But that's not out. They keep going after that. Then they have premium options if you have a card that's worth more than that. Like I said, this probably all has to do with insurance purposes. You're sending this stuff back and forth through the mail. You're sending it from Texas to Albuquerque, New Mexico to New York City to Las Vegas to God knows where. Things get lost in the mail sometimes. Things get damaged in the mail sometimes. If you're a card collector, you know this, man. So, of course you want insurance. You want it to be... Ooh, sorry about that. You want it to be insured. So, you have to pay up for it if that's what you want to do. These are their premium services. $1,000 a card, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 if you've got a $250,000 card. If I have a $250,000 card, that thing is not leaving my possession. I am not sending it in the mail. I don't care how much insurance you want to put on that thing. Oh my gosh, God. Something else to know with PSA, not Penny. Something else to know with PSA is that those prices are for just to get the card graded. That's it. They also do offer autograph authentications. The dual service. So, say this Trez just killed Lamar. Just stay down there, buddy. This Lamar, right here where it says Gym Mint 10. If this were autographed and I had sent it in, there would also be an auto grading on there too. If you want that done as well, if you want the autograph graded, then you have to go down to this other table, and the prices are I don't want to say exponentially increased, but they are increased quite a bit, from 30 to 36, from 600 to 720. So they do bump those up, and premium options also reflect that as well. So talking up to $12,000, up to $12,000. So not to freak out and be like, oh my gosh, they're charging $12,000 per card. No, only if you want it very specifically and insanely done. I mean, like I said, if I have a card that's worth that much money, I don't believe that I could bear to ship it off to anybody. But like I said, I just wanted to go through a little bit of that. I think personally, like I said, that's the way I would list them as far as like. But it depends on how you look at it. It depends on what you're looking for when you're going to grade something. Because I hear people say all the time is like, I don't know which grading company to go with. I don't know which one I should do. It depends on what you want. If you want something to come back fast, don't send it to PSA. Send it to SGC. If you want it to come back really fast and be able to sell it again and still hold the grading value, the value of it having been graded, you want to go with someone like SGC. Get it out here in a second. So many letters. You want to go with somebody like SGC. Or you could go with one of the cheaper ones if you really want to get it back really fast, because they don't have a whole lot of work, so they can get you in there and get you taken care of relatively quick. Whereas PSA is backed up and it takes them a long time. If you want it done right, you want the long-term value, I would definitely go PSA. If you're looking for something just to be slabbed in, just for your PC, just to have it look nice in a slab, personally I like HGA. Different people like different things. You're gonna have a difference of opinion. Like I said, Beckett has been around forever. Everybody trusts Beckett. Everybody knows Beckett. You know, there's various authentication processes within their company too that you can go through. All these places, for the most part, have some sort of authentication process. But yeah, in my opinion, if you're talking value though, turn around today for a 10. No matter what company it is, it's a perfect card. It's going to go PSA, SGC, BGS, and then all your others. I would love to put HGA up further in that category, but like I said, it's just they're a new company and they haven't really earned enough people's trust yet for people to seek their product. But PSA, if you got any doubts about a company, go PSA. There's a million other companies other than the ones I've talked about today. There's tons and tons and tons of them out there. Some of them look cool, some of them look like PSA knockoffs. Some of them just look cheap and raggedy, to be honest about it. But go with what you want to do. If you're just looking for a cheap slab, then you want to go with somebody like FCS, who's $14, 10-day return for $14. I don't really think it's hard to beat that, except for somebody like GM. Well, even that's not even any better, because you're going to wait. GMA, you only pay $10, but you got to wait 45 days. But I've never used FCS. I don't think I've had any FCS cards, but I did hear somebody talking about them earlier, so I looked them up. And again, I think that's one of those newer companies that are trying to make a stand against PSA and say that we can do the same thing that they do better than they do it. Which you probably can, but like I said, PSA is not always completely accurate on their grading, but none of them are. I mean, it's all going to be a matter of opinion. It's all going to end up at the end of the day, it's going to be, you know, well, I don't see it, well, I see it, you know, kind of thing. And they can bring a microscope out and show you or whatever. Which one was it that did have... Yeah, Forensics had this. They did have a cool thing on here earlier. Yeah, I wanted to show this real quick too, because one thing I did like about the FCG, the forensic card grading system, one thing I really did like about them was that they show you some examples of what they look for. Like when people complain about, I don't see it, I don't see it, I might not see it on this card. But when you get a magnifying glass out and you look at it, you can definitely see that the corners are a little bent. Edges, here's some things that they look for on edges. Thought this was just a pretty cool little addition they had to it. See, now this is something that you will not see with the naked eye. It's only when you bring in a microscope and really look at it that you see this little line right there. they do take into account that there's going to be some small imperfections, even for a 10. Alright, and then you can just see is how they get worse and worse as they go down. Here's an example of a dent, little dimple, what we call them usually, right there. Those things are really bad in mosaic. You find those all the time in mosaics. People think they have a perfect card, and then you start looking and it's like, oh, nope, dimple. And some of them have a lot of dimples. The picture of a minor scratch, looks like another dimple. And then you got your production lines as well. Everybody loves those print lines. But that's one thing I did like about the FCG page, was they kind of show you a variety of what they're looking for and how they grade these things. Sure, if I dug further in some of these other companies, they probably have some similar charts too. But I did think that was kind of interesting to kind of show how they look at this stuff when they're grading it. But I am about out of breath, and I think I've talked myself out of consciousness. I had fun, and hope you did too. Thanks for joining. Like I said, same old guy. You can find me in the same old place. Twitter at Jimmy Unwrapped. It's my Twitter handle. Find me anywhere else, ask me. I'll probably give you the address. Maybe. Now, do this again next week. Like I said, I'm going to have Callum on here next week to go over some soccer, and I'm really looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. To have somebody else in here, it's not just me talking and trying to keep from empty, dead space. But and also to have somebody more knowledgeable than I am about current soccer players, because I wish I could say I kept up with it more, but I just don't have time. But as for now, that's all I got to say. Stay tuned to all your Unwrapped Sports Network shows. Got the hard count. Got all kinds of content on Unwrapped Sports free to watch. I mean, there's for just about every sport. There's something for just about everybody on there. I mean, we seriously have. Let's see, count the bucket, backstop banter, generational sports, the Z, got fights unwrapped, got all kinds. And like I said, the hard count, football season coming back into play. We're going to be hearing a lot more from those guys, and I personally am looking forward to it. I love football season. Probably one of my favorite sports seasons, if not my favorite sports season, because it just seems like everything else gets going good when football's around. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But until next week, I will see you all then. Take it easy, guys.